Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of From No Crypto to No Crypto. I'm your host, the Crypto Coach, Blockchain Wayne. Today we're joined by Asaf from Addressable. He's the co-founder of Addressable. Asaf, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so very much for having me, Wade.
Absolutely, pleasure to have you on. Definitely want to share what you're doing with Addressable because I think it actually is going to be really open a lot of people's eyes in terms of what's available out there in terms of marketing and how blockchain technology can kind of change that whole field or revolutionize that whole field, should I say. But before we jump into what you guys are doing at Addressable, can you tell us a little bit about your background? Maybe if you did anything prior to Web3 and blockchain and crypto, or what was your entrance to the space?
Absolutely. So I was doing AI my entire life. I spent 10 years in military intelligence doing AI and data sciences, and then I was the director of data science for Akamai Technologies for 7 years. I thought I would be doing AI and cybersecurity my entire life, but then some way during my master's and PhD, somewhere in 2016, I ran into my advisors, who's a well-known cryptographer. And he suggested that we'll write some papers and do some research on blockchain. So that ended up with some academic papers about layer one design, decentralization, algorithmic game theory, and I just fell in love with blockchain. Was really, really looking for the opportunity to combine my newfound love for blockchain with my old love for AI. And this is kind of the story that led me to establish Addressable.
That's nice and perfect timing, right? I mean, most people are just starting to learn more about AI, but it's important for people to realize AI has been around for a long time, right? It's just an easy user interface on the front of it is what most people are seeing today. But yeah, and it kind of makes sense, right? Because blockchain gives you so much data that can be obtained just almost all of it open source, anything you can pull in and using AI to kind of, I guess, parse through that and decide how you want to use it with AI tools. Um, awesome. So tell everybody a little bit about Addressable and what you guys are doing there.
Perfect. So when we started the company, we kind of reached out and chatted to a lot of companies within the industry, asking them about their biggest problem that relate to data and AI. And what we were very surprised to hear is everybody were struggling with acquiring users. So we were talking to the biggest exchanges, the biggest wallet applications, the biggest games, asking them, what are you struggling with? And very surprisingly, I mean, what's so new about acquiring users? How is it not different from just any other game or any other exchange? And the key difference is in the blockchain industry, everybody is anonymous. Even the people that are buying from you, buying from your decentralized exchange, playing your game, buying your token, you don't know who they are. What you ultimately know is just the wallet on the blockchain. You don't know where they're coming from. You don't know which language they speak. You don't know what they care about. And that's a marketing nightmare because you cannot learn from anything in order to attract more users. And to myself and my fellow co-founders as a team coming from a military intelligence background and with the understanding of data in AI, it sounded like a data problem. Like if we can take the blockchain data, which is open, and look at all of the wallets and build profile and enrich them with more data, we can help every company in this space better understand their target audiences and, more importantly, reach out to them more effectively. This is exactly what we built. We built Addressable, a company that enriches wallet data from the blockchain with knowledge about what these wallet owners are doing in the real world, where they're coming from, what are their interests, who are they following, what do they care about, so companies can easily target wallet owners using advertisements and can grow effectively.
Nice. So when I think about this, you're looking at wallet data, right, from different blockchains, and you can see, is it not only, I'm trying to think of how I'm trying to word this. Do you look at maybe what's within a certain wallet today, or do you look at the history of that wallet and maybe what assets it may have held over time? How is that data looked at?
Great. So the first piece of context for that is when you ask blockchain companies like exchanges, wallets, games, what's your target audience? Who are you even referring to? The very interesting thing is they all describe the users based on what they're doing on the blockchain. I'm looking for people, for instance, that have money. They're with a net worth of $10,000. They own Bitcoin. They bought the token of my competitor. They're deeply invested in some DeFi protocols.
Right.
And then you're asking them, well, that's great. How are you finding these users today, right? That's where the frustration kind of comes in. And this is where Addressable steps in. So with our ability to do this enrichment, what companies can now do is step into our platform, working with some of the biggest companies in the industry. They can step into our platform, describe the behavior of on-chain users, what these users that they're looking for is doing on-chain. And we're translating that to identifiers that they can use to run targeted ads and acquire these users.
Nice. And how are those targeted ads delivered to the user? Is there certain methods that you take? I mean, obviously, you're right, the user's anonymous, so you don't necessarily have an email or anything to market to. So how are you hitting those?
That's correct. So we are focused on platforms where crypto users spend the majority of their time. The biggest one is absolutely Twitter. That's where crypto users spend the majority of their time. So we're serving ads on Twitter, working very, very closely with our team. The second thing is we're running banner ads on the biggest websites in crypto, ranging from crypto, CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, DexTools, Etherscan, and more of that. This is where a lot of these crypto users spend their time, but also on a huge variety of websites and mobile applications where we can use our identifier to learn that a crypto user, which is just any other person like you and I, if we're reading the news and we match on that identifier, we can target crypto users wherever they are. We have a variety of other platforms like Reddit as well, which is kind of picking up very well for crypto.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And that makes sense because I think about, look, my favorite user interface, user AI platform that I use today, I don't have a login. I connect my wallet to use it. So, they have no data on me and other than just a wallet address. So I was curious about that because I think about some of my, like if you're looking at wallet histories, I could think of a few of my long-term wallets that I have. Some of that history is a bit embarrassing. I'm like, oh no, hopefully they're not targeting all this. But then again, it's anonymous anyway. So
Yeah, it's anonymous, and I'll say one more thing. Everybody that hears about it is thinking about that from their own perspective. I mean, what do they know about me?
yeah,
But being a company that's compliant and also ethical, we care a lot about privacy. What we're showing on the platform is the aggregated report, right? It's the marketing trends, it's the bigger understanding of a group of people that you're looking to target, whether that is traders and DeFi protocols, whether that are gamers that are playing trading card games on the blockchain. So it never goes into the individual level, but rather help the marketers better understand the total behavior of the audience.
oh, gotcha. Makes sense. Makes sense. And for those that may be listening to this, and maybe some of these people may be new, or maybe they're still in that Web 2 world. They haven't really gotten much involved in Web 3 to understand a lot of it, but maybe they have a business or they're looking to market a business. How can that benefit someone? Maybe they're not even in the Web 3 space yet for a business, and they want to. What benefit could they have by partnering up and seeing what Addressable has to offer?
Perfect. So I think for every company that wants to do go to market in crypto, there's obviously a variety of options. There's KOLs, there's PR, there's ads, there's community. There's a lot of that to weigh in. The key part, regardless of which channels you choose to activate, and that's my broader and personal message to the world, is use data. One of the core advantages of blockchain is that so much data is available, so you can tell how well are you doing compared to the competition. Is one of your competitors losing some of its audience so you can acquire them? Who's making money within the space? So if you're properly using data, and in blockchain, you can see all of the data. You're not limited to your own data like in any other industry. You can take that and leverage that to your benefit. So what I'm recommending is always use data. And Addressable is one of several tools that is providing these data insights about target audiences, about attribution. Whenever you get conversions, where are they coming from? What can you tell about what's working within your campaigns? Some analytics and features. I just released an article called Cost Per Wallet,
Yeah,
which is a new marketing metric to evaluate what is the cost of driving a wallet ready user to your website. So one benefit of working with Addressable is we provide the data, we provide the transparency, we provide with the total understanding of where are the opportunities of the market, what is working for you, what do we recommend that you do. And the second thing is for companies that are thinking about scaling and launching ads to get to their target audiences, they're feeling the frustration that they know who they want to reach to, but it's super hard to know where to find the DeFi traders or the specific gamers or the people who would be interested in buying their token or their offering. We can help you better reach out to these users, even if you've never ran ads before in the past, making that as easy as possible.
gotcha. Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask about the cost per wallet because I remember seeing that. I guess when I was doing some research on what you guys are doing, I saw that. I guess it was blog or something about that being a missing metric in crypto growth. So would you recommend? I mean, as the shift with more and more people coming into Web3, would you suggest like traditional Web2 companies add like a wallet login instead of because they probably a lot of users that may be crypto centric would not want to create an email and password for an account on a certain platform or website or depending on what their model is. But having that wallet connect with that, I mean, I would serve. I would always think that would be easier for the user to log in, but it also would give another avenue for those companies to collect some data, right?
I think it's a very good dilemma. I think that using wallets to connect on one end, it gives the notion of maintaining the privacy and not requiring some deeper information. But on the other end, it adds a lot of friction to the user experience. So users that want to try a product or a game but don't really know what a wallet is are going to feel left out, right?
Right.
So on that sense, the trend that I'm seeing is a lot of the companies that provided a wallet connection interface, like Wallet Connect, that's now reowned in Privy, and Dynamic, some other of these companies are now supporting multiple choices of login. Regardless of that, with the cost per wallet, the metric that I'm proposing to the industry, what we're looking at is whether the wallet, the visitor that is coming on the website has the wallet installed, which even before the login, it's a metric to find out and learn. Are the campaigns that you're running, whether they're KOLs or PRs or ads, are they driving even crypto aware users at all? Are they performing well even before users log in and sign up to your services?
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, that's interesting. I definitely agree too. Like for users, you can't just switch to a Wallet Connect login or something similar. Because I've seen the best ones. I've seen those options. It's Google login, iCloud login, and then Wallet Connect is right there with it. I think it's that mesh of not saying if you have a wallet, you can connect here, or if you don't have a wallet and you just want to go the old route. And I think those are some of the platforms I'm going to see, that I've seen lately that they're Web3 platforms, but they realize not everybody has a wallet. And they want to give, it's a friction point. If I got to go set up, you're right. If I got to set up a wallet to log into something, it could be, and I'm not a crypto person, it could be a complex friction point or may, cause a bounce, from a conversion. So tell me a little bit about some of the companies you've worked with so far at Addressable and what kind of needs were you solving for them? If there was anything specific that comes to mind that's unique about a certain partner or client that you could, obviously something that you could talk about. I know some partners or clients may not want anything, revealed about it.
Absolutely. So I can definitely publicly speak about some public case studies that we have on the website. That includes Polkadot and some other companies that we were working with. The biggest challenge that these companies are trying to solve is effectively getting users to learn about a new announcement. It might be a new product they're launching. It can be a new token. It can be a new feature within an existing product. It can even be a conference or an event that they want people to attend. And what they typically struggle with is not necessarily having the reach for these audiences and the ability to attract them to get what they're seeing. And a lot of that is because there's lots of people that are still thinking everything is organic on social media. You go in, you see kind of some of the biggest names where they get so many impressions. What people sometimes fail to realize, a lot of that behind the scenes is moved by kind of communities that are driven inside. But if you're launching a new product in crypto and you go on Twitter and you try to be vocal about that, what you'll probably see is that you're getting no views for that. And this is super frustrating. Not understanding how these big accounts are growing so rapidly, right? It's a lot of bot traffic. It's a lot of people behind the scenes that are driven from Telegram for that. What we're offering is another way that is in alignment with the social platforms to promote this account, but rather than pouring a very significant budget, making that very, very effective. This is what most of the companies that we're working with care about. They want to grow, they want to reach out to the audiences in a super competitive landscape where there's so many blockchains, so many games, so many wallets, and super hard as someone who's starting a business, starting a startup, you have an offering, find your target audience, reach out to them, attract them, telling them, come here, see what I have to offer, and get that to work effectively.
That's important. I think, coming from, we run a, I run a company myself, and one of our hardest thing is how do we reach that audience, right? Um, and so much noise and such a competitive space, and also a space that had been kind of limited for so long and what we could do in terms of advertising and marketing. Luckily we're starting to see that change. Another article that I saw, I guess it was under your case studies when I was reviewing your website a while back, that caught my interest, obviously because of all the hype around meme coin projects right now, right? I mean, even, when you look at, I don't want to get political, but even the president of the United States and his wife have meme coins now. So when you're looking at the meme coin space, there was an article about how Addressable had an impact on meme coin projects. Can you share a little bit about that insight?
Absolutely. So we're helping lots of companies promote their product and their go to markets. The specific meme coin case study was somewhat of a first step towards introducing the metric that's called cost per wallet, in which it's very difficult for the space and its current status, which is kind of very, very early, very sentimental. A lot is about the narrative, the positioning, what's the meta, what are people currently talking about, what is cool. If AI is cool, now everybody's doing AI. If DeepIn is cool, everybody's doing DeepIn. To speaking in numbers, this is a lot of what we're trying to change. We're trying to make the discussion more quantitative, more comparable, so this industry can grow. This is something that I personally care about and everybody in the company care about. And I know lots of people in the crypto industry that care deeply about that. So that specific case study was an opportunity for us to take some cases of tokens and actually specify what was the cost of driving a wallet owner that care about that to come and peak for more. So we described some numbers over there. For some of the tokens, it was lower numbers around the $1.50 mark. For some of them, it was around like the $5 mark. It really depends on who you're targeting for that. But it was a very good opportunity to start putting more numbers into the game. This is a lot of what we're trying to change in the industry.
Awesome. So yeah, that was interesting when I saw that, and appreciate you sharing that information, because I mean, the two biggest things I see in Web3 that achieve success is strong community, strong tech, and in some cases in the early phases you've got strong tech, not a strong community, or in meme coin space you've got really strong community and not that not strong tech or utility, but I find both have their place in the space. So that's exciting. So you guys would be, I mean, you're looking for work with anybody in Web3 that's looking to reach your audience, whether they're a tech project like you mentioned, say like DeepIn or AI or something, all the way to a meme coin community that's looking to target more community members, acquire more users, holders, I guess you could say.
Exactly.
Okay. Awesome. So I guess the call is out to everybody. I mean, if you're looking to market, whether you're Web 2 or Web 3, is to get with you guys. So what does that model look like when someone reaches out to you? Do you provide any kind of assessment, presentation, or deck that you share with people to show what you offer?
Yeah, so firstly, we always love speaking to marketers and founders in the space, learning about how they view growth, what are kind of their dreams of, what are the audience, what is the messaging, what are they bringing that's new to the world. We always love chatting about that. Our model is a simple SaaS model. We're a SaaS software company with more than 30 engineers on board, and the model is just based on the packages. Some people are tapping into more analytics. Some people are tapping into more advertising. Some people need some additional service to work it through. So the packages are monthly packages based on the features that you're interested in or the level of service that you're asking for.
Gotcha. I can definitely think, one, our company that sponsors this podcast is, we'll be talking about this more offline in terms of what we could do. And, so and a lot of people that watch this podcast, some are new to crypto, but some are working in the industry, running companies and marketers. I know the challenge of running marketing. I was not over our marketing department to start, and somewhere halfway through the last bear market, picked up the marketing team, and it's been probably one of our biggest struggles is attracting new users, attracting an audience, just to continue to grow. So I would challenge everybody to reach out to Addressable. So, Asaf, before we wrap up, can you tell everybody where they can find out more information and who to reach out to if they have interest in working with Addressable?
Absolutely. So if you're looking to find me online, I'm on Twitter at Asaf Nadler. And if you want to go and speak to us, you can head to the website, addressable.io, book a demo. You'll meet multiple persons on our team that are super growth expert, work with the biggest companies to help them do growth in the space, and can walk and kind of hear about your story and take you from the first step. And if you're ever attending crypto conferences, I'm attending the vast majority of them. So if you're any crypto conference you want to meet face to face, please reach out. I always love speaking to founders and marketers.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Will you be at ETH Denver?
So my partner and some of our team are headed to ETH Denver, and I'm headed the other way to Consensus Hong Kong, which is at the same time. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, we'll definitely. I'll definitely have to meet up with your team. I'll be in ETH Denver. My head of marketing, she is going to be at Consensus. So sounds like offline we need to arrange some conversations there and set up a demo as well. And I challenge anyone listening, set up a demo. And if you're going to be heading to any conferences, reach out to Asaf and team and meet up. I find conferences are great because there's a lot you can get done on online meetings and Zoom meetings and presentations, but it's so much better just to have that in-person time, just one-on-one, be able to have that. I find things move a lot quicker whenever you can talk to someone in person.
I absolutely agree with that. The face-to-face meeting changes everything.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Asaf, I definitely appreciate your time today, sharing what you're doing, sharing Addressable with our audience, and I want to thank everyone for listening. And we will catch you on the next episode. Take care, everyone.
Thank you so much, Wayne.